Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your December the 25th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Hopefully, you can see that screen. Today's meditation is entitled Similar, Different, and United. Unity changes us. When we rise above our differences, we start to understand who we are, how we fit, and how much we have to offer the world. Now, that's taken from our Guiding Principles book, Tradition 1, Opening Reflection. When we first come to NA, it's suggested that we look at the similarities, not the differences, when comparing ourselves to our fellow members. As newcomers, this may have seemed like a ploy to diminish our uniqueness. We wondered, do they want me to think I'm just like every other addict? Impossible. To our surprise, that recommendation has been key to saving our lives. It was important for us to see the similarities in our stories and to focus on the common ground of our solution. Instead of looking at our differences as disqualifiers, we learned that our diversity is our strength. As Narcotics Anonymous members, we have the opportunity to rise above, even embrace our differences. Many of us find an unanticipated gift in recovering with people who don't look or sound as we do. But even more unexpected is how we learn to draw from the assortment of perspectives that we encounter in working in a program. Frequency of meeting attendance, the right number of service commitments, the difference between defects and shortcomings, and when we can start dating again. We learn from others, figure out what works for us as individuals, and make choices to benefit our personal recovery. We also benefit from witnessing and participating in spirited debates about NA issues at business and area meetings. A diversity of perspectives informs our own dynamic contributions to our home group, our NA community, the fellowship as a whole, and our personal and professional lives outside NA, even in our families. Unity does change us. It helps us to look for and appreciate our similarities and our differences. I know who I am and what I believe today, even as I strive to be open minded enough to consider perspectives different from my own. It's an interesting topic, and it does, in a way, feed off of the Just for Today, which was talking about the selflessness and anonymity. Because we are all told when we first come to the program that we should look at our similarities and not our differences. And I can't think of a single person who can honestly say that they were not somehow offended when they first heard that. Oh, you got to look at the similarities and not the differences. In the back of my mind, I remember thinking, oh, I'm different. I'm pretty unique. And I guarantee you, I'm not like anybody else in this room, using or not using. I am very unique. And then you have some religious minded individuals that would say, oh, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm unique in so many ways. Don't tell me I'm just like anyone. And at the heart of that, even though there's that truth, right? It's partly true. It's not wholly true. We're definitely unique. We are wonderfully made. We are unique, right? There's beautiful things about each and every one of us. However, when we come into Narcotics Anonymous and we start dealing with our disease of addiction, it's not helpful to look at the differences. No, it's not helpful at all because our minds are already clouded up with the drugs that we've been using. We're already so full of self pride. And so, if you come into the program and we're only focusing on the differences, a lot of times we will compare ourselves right out of the door. Many people have done it. Many have succeeded in coming back and giving it another try and looking at the similarities and benefited from that. And there's some, I'm sure, that didn't make it back because of that. They were so different. They could not identify with any other recovering addict. And they never came back. And I'm quite sure some lost their life. But the majority, at some point in time, even if they're secretly looking at the differences, even if they're secretly being judgmental, at some point in time, they come to a point in their recovery where they hear something or they see something and they say, I did that. Me too. And that's beneficial. It's beneficial to know that other people have gone the way that you've gone and they've succeeded in staying clean. There's a lot of benefit in that. And those very same people, at some point in time, they begin to appreciate the differences that there are, not to disconnect themselves from others, but there's many people. I know one person in particular, she can do service work like nobody's business. When she chairs a meeting, it's phenomenal. Now, when I chair a meeting, I think I do a fair job, but I think by far chairing meetings is a gift that she has. She has a way of connecting with people in the meeting, right? We're different in that way, but I value her. And I know she values me. I value when she's sitting there and she's cheering, and I see how she works the literature in and she keeps the meeting flowing. Me, I could talk about a lot of things, but if I'm in that situation where the meeting is kind of dry, I'm like, let's take a group conscience and end the meeting early. That's kind of like the way that I would do it, but she never does that. And so I love the way that she chairs. We're different, similar in many ways, but our differences have become an attraction to many others coming into the fellowship. She brings her strengths, and I bring mine. And that's where we want to be with this meditation today. We want to think of it in a positive manner. Similar, different, yet we want to be united. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you. I want today to be the most beautiful December 25th you've lived ever in your life. Now, I know that's a big challenge, but I believe that you can do it. I intend on doing it. And have a beautiful day on purpose. I will be talking to you tomorrow.